Alright, now this is going to be another one of those like podcast style videos where you can just throw this on in the background and just kind of listen to it. And what I kind of wanted to discuss is like why you should be making music. Like, if you're young, probably say like 13, like to 20, hell, even 25 or whatever, like you're around like that age where you're kind of figuring out what you like, what you don't want to do, what's your interest, what kind of keeps you engaged and stuff like that. And if you've ever had like an inkling just to create music, make remixes, make covers, do whatever it is music wise that makes you happy, I really would go ahead and take advantage of it and just kind of start making music. Like, we're at a day and age where you can easily absorb all sorts of information from the internet, and you can have different gurus, different people sharing information, like tutorials and things like that. And I just feel there's so much potential that's being wasted that you should just pretty much seize the day if you have like a decent laptop, a good internet connection, and just start going ham on it. As I feel in the years to come, perhaps there may be more regulations, perhaps there may be more like seizure of knowledge and stuff like that. And I feel people need to really be aware of just how much they can really become with these resources that we have. As we live in a society that really, we live in a society, joke around. But we really do live in a society that kind of takes for granted what we have at our disposal right now. Whereas we're living in a time in history where there's so much like opportunity, so much potential, and so much information there that a lot of people get kind of overwhelmed by it, and then they just kind of browse Facebook or whatever and this, that, and the other. And it kind of like wastes time in a sense. And you can be browsing this like useless websites and things like that for like years and years and years, and then finally when you hit a certain age, you're like, damn, I could have done a lot more with my time. I could have built a skill. I could have built something that would fulfill me. And I instead chose to just stick around and just waste time and not really invest in that. And I feel that's pretty much a damn shame, because when you're younger, you have less responsibilities, you have more time to kind of indulge in yourself, and you can it's the time to take risks, I feel. So even if it doesn't turn out right for you, at least you'll know. And you'll know that, yeah, I gave it my best shot. I tried to make something of it. I tried to build that skill, and it's just not for me. And that's fine. Don't let anybody else tell you that. Don't let anybody say, oh, you're fucking retarded. You're trying to do music. What makes you think you have this right? You got to go to school for it. You got to learn proper music theory. You got to do this, that, the other. No. Don't let anybody kind of fuck with you like that. If you really feel within your heart of hearts that you need to make music, then you need to invest the time. You need to find the right people. You need to find the right videos. And you need to just hunker down, because your future self will undoubtedly just thank you for that. I know I butchered that, but we're going to keep it going. Now, what I feel are practical steps is really just having objectives for each week. Like, if you really want to learn how to produce music, how to make music, how to do like music production and stuff like that, you got to break it down into chunks. You can't just approach it like, all right, I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to look at this one tutorial. When I come back, whoo, I'm going to be a music master. Ain't nobody going to step to me. It kind of doesn't work like that. You have to treat it like a video game, in the sense that you have stages in the game, right? You're trying to explore the new world. You're trying to learn new things, and you're navigating and leveling up your character. So you need to have certain training, certain tasks, and certain routines that kind of build into that character grinding. So for me, for instance, when I first started making music, what I did is I would say, oh, I'm having trouble with my percussion, I'm having trouble with melody, I'm having trouble with keys, or I'm having trouble with chords, and I would just spend like a whole week, maybe two, just focusing on that. I would be looking up tutorials, I would be getting feedback from people, I would be constantly experimenting with songs where my weak points are, and I would just keep going at it again and again and again and again, because it's memorization, repetition, and constructive feedback that really helps. Because if you're trying to make music, I really wouldn't have somebody that's just constantly putting you down, constantly saying your shit, and constantly saying, "Oh, you can't make music. You should. Well, you got to do it the proper way." No, there's no proper way to do it. There are like principles and tools and like certain like techniques that will get you a certain sound that you want, but there's no like fundamental, "You must do it this way or you're shit" kind of thing. And it also goes in the reverse too, in my opinion, because you don't want somebody that's just gonna blow smoke up your ass and say, "Oh, you're great, you're the greatest, you can't make shit." No, you have to have somebody who has that grounded, constructive feedback to where they can give you things that you can improve on. They can give you anything that you're kind of lacking in, and then set you on the right path to improve. And at the same time, highlight what you're doing right and highlight what you should be investing in. Because the proper person who gives you feedback and helps you grow is going to be someone that honestly has the right intentions, has the right knowledge, has the right experience, and has a way with constructing their words to where you're actually going to get you're going to get a benefit out of that. You're actually going to feel like, okay, well, maybe I'm fucking up here, but there's still things I'm doing right. And if I kind of hunker down and focus on what I'm lacking in, I can grow. And that's sort of how you have to treat it. And with everything you learn, you kind of level up, going back to the video game thing, you level up and you feel a sense of accomplishment. And once you have these little victories, these little wins, these little just, build-ups to something bigger, you're eventually going to reach a point to where you look back at your old stuff and you be like, "Whoa, I was on I'm a whole nother world of development away." And it's because you have that passion in your heart, because you have to have some kind of passion and love for music. Otherwise, why are you doing this? There are a million other ways to make decent money. And I would also say you would need determination, a bit of a determination too, because you're going to go through a lot of attempts, failures, a lot of heartache, stress, and this, that, and the other, and you have to be able to endure and be determined to want to see that result. Because I've gone to thousands and thousands and thousands of like different like projects and stuff, and I'm still like, whew, I got a long way to go. But I also know I've come a long way, and you have to kind of accept some of your victories, because if you just acknowledge all your failures, then you're just gonna give up. Who wants to keep doing something they feel they're horrible at, or at least they're not even making progress? So you gotta acknowledge the wins where you get them. And honestly, if you're listening to this at this point, I would say you have more than enough potential to execute on it, as the only thing that's really keeping you from like that talented and skilled pros is like the time you want to put into it and the amount of passion that you have, as we're living in the greatest age to be a creative and a content creator. Even with all this COPPA crap, all this regulations and things like that, I still feel if you're creative enough, you can succeed and thrive in this landscape. You just have to really believe in that, and you have to have faith in that, and you have to be willing to go through like the depressive periods, the periods where you just want to throw your computer out the window and just create. And I feel part of that satisfaction will also come from the people that you kind of build a relationship with. As over time, you will find at least it's a handful of people. Even if you're like making something niche, you'll eventually find somebody who will buy what you use it, and you never know who it might touch. It kind of makes me happy when I hear stuff like my music has affected people across the globe. Like some kid, and I don't know, maybe fucking Chile, Chile, because they actually go into like political riots. Like, it's kind of nice to know that even in such a stressful time, my music is actually providing them comfort. They actually feel good. They're feeling a positive emotion from something that I produce with my heart. So for me to be able to provide that emotional connection and be able to like create these memories, create these feelings, and create these actions with investment that I put into my music is something that is invaluable to me. It's like, even if I'm not, oh, I got 1 billion subscribers, I'm not making billions of dollars and shit like that, I still feel it's worthwhile because I know I have an impact with that. I feel like my music is having that connection, I feel. And once you kind of find that first experience of like having a fan or a person really give you that in-depth reflection of your music, it's something that'll make you want to keep going forward and seeing more and more people enjoy your music and enjoy that feeling and seeing all these results that come about because you're so passionate, because you're so determined, because you've been doing this, and because you've grown and allowed yourself to deal with the obstacles and challenges that have been set forth in your way. People are going to vibe with that story. They're going to vibe with like everything that you've been through, and as you document your progress and as you like flourish and develop as an artist, they're really going to like that. So you just have to kind of have faith in the uncertainty and just take advantage of the opportunity that you have, because one day all this might go away. So now's not the time to sleep on it. And that's pretty much it. I think that's all I have for today. If you really like enjoyed this, let me know, leave a comment, see maybe it helped you. If you want to help support the channel, then go ahead and donate to the Patreon, check out my Spotify and things like that, because it kind of helps to have that extra financial incentive into your whole YouTube thing, because the world does revolve around money, unfortunately. And if I could do this for free, like, hey, I'd totally be down for it, but we need money to live, you gotta pay your bills, you gotta buy equipment, stuff like that. So if you really want to be down with that, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.